Hi, I'm Sean. Welcome to this Frist Art Museum art trunk. It's inspired by the exhibition Multiplicity, Blackness in Contemporary American Collage, on view at the Frist through December 31st. Multiplicity presents over 80 major collage and collage-informed works that reflect the breadth and complexity of Black identity. Featuring an intergenerational group of 52 living artists, Multiplicity explores the varying ways collage is employed and how the technique suggests diverse conceptual concerns such as cultural hybridity, notions of beauty, gender fluidity, and historical memory. By assembling pieces of paper, photographs, fabric, and salvaged or repurposed materials, these artists create unified compositions that express the endless possibilities of Black constructed narratives despite our fragmented society. This video will guide you through 3 collage activities designed for different ages. In this first video lesson designed for pre-K through 2nd grade, you will make line, shape, and pattern drawings and use colorful shapes to create a collage. Artist Howardina Pendell makes many different kinds of artwork. Sometimes she sews together strips of canvas to create large, tapestry-like compositions. Other times she makes smaller collages like the one here, using a hole punch to form the tiny pieces of colored paper that make up the artwork. The materials you will need for this activity include washable black markers, white tagboard, glue sticks, pre-cut tissue paper shapes, and pre-cut cellophane shapes. Here are the steps for this activity. Step 1. Begin by looking at Howardina Pendell's Untitled No. 5. Make general observations about the work. Step 2. Use a black marker to draw lines, shapes, and patterns on your tagboard. Step 3. After completing your drawing, gather some assorted tissue paper and cellophane shapes. Step 4. Arrange your shapes on your tagboard, overlapping the shapes and covering your drawing. Step 5. Use glue sticks to glue your shapes down. The drawings will still be visible, and the overlapping shapes will result in colorful works of art. Step 6. After completing your collage, share your work with other participants, friends, or family members. Estimated hands-on time, 30 minutes. In this second lesson, designed for 3rd through 5th grade participants, you will create a collage that highlights personal identity and experiences. Jamia Richmond Edwards was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, where she currently lives and works. An art educator for more than 13 years, Richmond Edwards often uses materials found in the classroom. Her works begin with acrylic paint. She then adds paper, rhinestones, glitter, and other found materials. In a large-scale 2022 mixed media painting, Richmond Edwards depicts herself confidently riding a white unicorn, declaring the power of imagination. The materials you will need for this activity include pencil, paper, white tagboard, markers, photographs, paper collage materials such as magazines, postcards, paper scraps, etc., fabric, scissors, glue sticks. Here are the steps for this activity. Step 1. Begin by looking closely at Holy Wars by Jamia Richmond Edwards. Think about how the artist portrays herself and her surroundings. Step 2. Reflect on personal identity and experiences. Think about and write down personality traits, habits, cultural identity, interests, likes, dislikes, hobbies, relationships, and other details that make you who you are. Step 3. Take time to identify objects and images that represent your personal identity. Then gather collage elements like papers, fabrics, and magazine cuttings. You may also incorporate your own drawings, photographs, and other materials. Step 4. Plan the arrangement or composition of your collage on your tagboard. Take some time to experiment. If you'd like, you can use colored or patterned paper to create a background and build your collage from there. Step 5. Once all the pieces of the collage are arranged, you may begin attaching them to the tagboard with glue. You may also use colored pencils, markers, or paint to add detail to your collage. Step 6. After completing your collage, share your work with the group and discuss your artistic choices. Estimated hands-on time, 1.5 to 2 hours. In this third lesson, designed for 6th grade through adult participants, you will use a variety of media to create rich, layered collages that highlight personal identity and experiences. Jamia Richmond Edwards is influenced by the 1990s hip-hop fashion she saw growing up in Detroit. Much of her work points to the role that Black women play in consuming fashion, even though they historically have been absent from advertising campaigns and fashion shows. Archetype of a 5-star is inspired by the vibrantly dressed Black women she encountered in the Black neighborhood of her youth. The title is taken from a hip-hop song by Yo Gotti featuring Gucci Mane, Trina, and Nicki Minaj. Derek Forjor was born in Memphis, Tennessee to parents of Ghanaian heritage. He now lives in New York City, but keeps close ties to his hometown. Forjor uses materials like newspaper, cardboard, and foil in his work because they are inexpensive and easily accessible. He begins his works by layering cardboard and newspaper on canvas. After painting, he then tears and carves at the surface, resulting in its rich and distinctive appearance. An alum of Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, Forjor expresses the vitality of the experience of historically Black colleges and universities, as well as the draw of competition, pageantry, and spectacle in his multi-layered works spotlighting drum majors and other marching band members. The materials you may need for this activity include pencils, paper, tempera paints, paint brushes, cups, paper palettes, white tag board, markers, photographs, paper collage materials such as magazines, postcards, paper scraps, etc., scissors, mylar, fabric, stencils, various objects, glue sticks, and hot glue. Here are the steps for this activity. Step 1. Look at Airborne Double by Derek Forjor and Archetype of a 5-Star by Jamia Richmond Edwards and discuss. What kinds of media, colors, and textures do you observe in these works? How do the artists use different media to reflect their identities? Step 2. Begin by reflecting on personal identity and experiences. Think about and write down personality traits, habits, cultural identity, interests, likes, dislikes, hobbies, relationships, and other details that make you who you are. Step 3. Choose a variety of materials that help convey your identity through your collage. Step 4. Begin your collage by applying paint, arranging paper with desired colors and patterns, drawing a design, or otherwise creating the ground on your piece of white cardboard. Using wet media may require drying time. Step 5. You may continue building your collage with magazine cuttings, patterns, text, small objects, and freehand or stencil drawings relevant to your personal identity. You may also include photographs or drawings of yourself. Step 6. After you complete your collage, share your work with the group and discuss your artistic choices. Estimated hands-on time, 2 to 2.5 hours. Suggested reading and viewing. Children may enjoy Snippets, a story about paper shapes by Diane Alber. I Like Myself by Karen Beaumont, illustrated by David Catrow. The Best Part of Me, Children Talk About Their Bodies in Pictures and Words by Wendy Ewald. Black Artists Shaping the World by Sharna Jackson, illustrated by Zoe Whitley. Videos. See Multiplicity artists talk about their artistic processes at fristartmuseum.org/multiplicity.